Thank you for joining us at Homestead for Life. Today, we are also going to deviate from our homesteading norm, and we are going to make holiday desserts. This doesn't have to be a holiday thing. We are going to make peanut butter pies today. This is a long-standing family tradition. My mom made these every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and now that she's moved out of state, I still need them every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas. It is a huge showstopper. This is a #1 amazing, wonderful dessert, but it's a pain. But we are going to do it anyway. I'm going to share that family secret. We'll see who sells me out to my mom first, who watches the video. But here we go. So I'll give you the detailed list of ingredients up here, maybe over here, probably there. But what we've got here, we've got powdered sugar, we've got peanut butter, we've got cream cheese, butter, semi-sweet chocolate chips, vanilla, and whipped topping. Those are our ingredients. So to get some of this prep work done, I've measured out a lot of the things, so we are ready to go. And then I have also prepped the cups I'm going to put these peanut butter pies in. So you've got a lot of options on how to set these up. You can make an actual pie, buy the pie crust, make the pie crust, whatever you want to do there, better in the Oreo pie crust. You can put them in little single serve cups. You can put them in a muffin tin and use that. Put a cookie at the bottom. They're fantastic. There's a lot of different ways to do it. What I've started doing is putting them in little single serve, like little mouthwash cups, and having them this way. So for one, it's disposable, it's easy. You don't have one person cutting a pie, so instead of getting 12 servings, pie is probably usually 8, but it's a pretty rich dessert. You'll get about a dozen of these per batch or one pie. So that was a lot. Let's get started. All right, so the first things going into the mixer are our cream cheese and our peanut butter. I'm doing a triple batch. Did I mention this is a hot item in my family? So for our triple batch, we've got 3 blocks of cream cheese. I need 3 cups of peanut butter, which doesn't fit my little 2-cup measuring jar. So I'm going to have to add a little bit more. And then we're going to mix all of that up. And then we are going to add our sugar. Then we're going to add our whipped cream. We have about a cup. Peanut butter is hard to measure. That's all right. So a little bit more. The trick to getting your peanut butter easily out of the jar and making it easier to deal with and have it melt and mix easier for you is to soften it in the microwave. So 30 seconds, stir it up a little bit. 30 more seconds, stir it up a little bit. And you should be good. Or, rinse and repeat. All right, so our 3rd cup of peanut butter here. I use creamy peanut butter. If you prefer crunchy, you can. I wouldn't suggest it personally, besides the fact that I don't like crunchy peanut butter. One of the recipe variations of this would be to add chopped nuts between the layers of your chocolate and your peanut butter, which makes using crunchy peanut butter a little unnecessary and redundant, but you do you, whatever makes you happy. Once you get used to the recipe a little bit, it's a little bit more flexible. You can kind of customize it how you want it. I'm not a huge fan of nuts. I leave the chopped nuts out. All right, so we're gonna let that mix up. All right, we are gonna add our powdered sugar, and we are gonna start it back up really slow and hope it doesn't poop up in our face. Actually, let's hand mix a little bit of this because powdered sugar likes to just explode. All right, still gonna do it. Can't really get down in there too well. Maybe, no big poof. It's promising. Little poofs. All right. You're gonna whip that up really good and fast. Make sure it's all blended real well before we put the whipped cream in there. All right. Back down. Gonna add the whipped cream. Then we're gonna set this aside for a little bit and start prepping for our chocolate. So the chocolate layers, the chocolate we're gonna melt in a double boiler. But we are gonna mix the rest of the chocolate filling while we're doing that, because chocolate needs a lot of attention not to burn. You've got to stir it pretty regularly. I won't make you watch that. It is pretty boring. But it also solidifies again really quickly. So we want to be as ready as possible so that once we've got our chocolate filling ready, we'll already have our pie filling ready. If you're doing a pie, it's going to be a lot of chocolate, all the pie filling, nuts somewhere in between if you want them, and then a little bit of chocolate on top is just like a pretty garnish. If you're doing little cups, it's pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing in the cups, except it's more 50-50 on the chocolate being at the top and the bottom. Just stir this stuff off the sides and the bottom, mix this up a little bit more, and then we'll get to the chocolate. All right, so for our chocolate mix, we've got butter, we've got powdered sugar. I hope you didn't think this was a healthy recipe. Not the case. So much of all the bad things turned into one amazing dessert. Now, I will be honest with you, as far as, the garnishes and making it all super pretty at the end, not my jam. But we'll do what we can. I do what I can, but I am not good at making it pretty. It will still be amazingly good. So we're mixing our powdered sugar and our butter. Our softened butter, let me clarify that, softened butter. And if we can't get it to mix well, it's been sitting out on the counter for a couple hours, then into the microwave, it goes on the soften function there, but it's doing pretty well. All right, so I've had my double boiler, I've had the water heating up for a little while, so I just put in my chocolate chips. So I'm gonna sit here and stir and stir and stir so none of them get burnt until they all melt, and then they go in with our butter and sugar, and we're gonna add some vanilla. So I will see you then. Our chocolate is all nice and melted, and we are gonna move it over and mix it in with the butter and powdered sugar. All right, we are going to scoop our chocolate into our butter and powdered sugar mixture. Add our vanilla for my triple batch. That is 2 1/4 teaspoons of vanilla. Get all my chocolate here. Don't want to waste any chocolate for sure. All right. And we're just going to mix it up. Our vanilla, you were going to let me forget. I just told you we needed it. All right. 2 1/4 teaspoons. Probably the extra splashes would have taken care of the quarter, but that's okay. Get all the butter mixture off the sides. Make sure it's all nice and smoothly mixed in here. And then we start pouring it, not pouring it, but dropping it into our trays. So there's a lot of different ways forward. From this point on, it is up to your own creativity. But of course, I'll show you what I do. I am a very, very lazy cook, and looks don't matter to me. I'm all for a casserole, mash it all up together. It's fine. I'm happy that way. Not everyone feels that way. So mine's not going to be the prettiest. So I'm going to take the scoop of indeterminate size and put a scoop of chocolate in the bottom of each of my cups. Now, the last time I did this, that I counted it out, a triple batch, made 37 cups. That all depends on your scoops, and if you've gotten a little handsy with any of the ratios, ingredients, things like that. In a perfect world, everything is measured out, and it would be the same every time. I've been making this for so many years that I'm really not that picky. The recipe is kind of a guideline, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've used most of our chocolate. It's in the bottom of all of our cups, and now we just want to tap them down so that it's kind of level in the bottom. So me using a roaster pan makes that really noisy. So you can tap them individually. You can bang your roaster pan around depending on what you're, stacking them, storing them in as you do this. But whatever works for you, we just want to kind of bang them down to the bottom of the cups. And then we are going to scoop our peanut butter on top and then do the same thing. We're going to bang those down as well. And then the last step is the last little bits of chocolate we've got there. We are going to put in a Ziploc bag and pipe just a dollop on top. Now again, if you want to add crushed nuts, this would be the opportune time. You would put them, well, wherever the heck you want. It's your pie. But my mommy always put them between these two layers. I made a mess. That is also not new. Ask my mom. But she always put them between the chocolate and the peanut butter layers. You do what you want to do. I don't actually like nuts. Peanut butter's okay. Peanut butter pie and Reese's are the bomb diggity. But otherwise, yeah. So no nuts in my pies. Sorry for any family members that like it. You out of luck. Make it yourself. So now we're going to do the same thing with an appropriately sized scoop, and scoop your peanut butter filling into all your cups. So your peanut butter filling and your chocolate, of course, is going to solidify in the fridge. So it's really creamy right now, but we're gonna shake it down level in the bottom of the cups before we put the top layer of chocolate on. Make sure your cups are full, and it will smooth out. And then it's all gonna solidify and taste amazing tomorrow. Okay, so we are going to add our little dollops of chocolate on top. However you want to do it. Did I mention I'm not good at the pretty things? I'm also not good at making sure that it's all measured and spaced out right so I don't run out of things. So I either almost run out of things, or then I have leftovers and now I've got to do extra dots on the tops of them, and it's never a perfect system. But they taste so amazing. Yep. Not putting enough on there, I don't think. Haven't used half of my leftover chocolate yet. But that it's okay. Again, you can garnish these however you want. If you wanted to do just a flat layer of chocolate on the top, more of a 50-50, I put probably 4 times this amount of chocolate in the bottom. Then I'm going to have to go back and do another dollop here on the top because I've got more chocolate left. You can do chocolate curls to garnish them at the top. You can do whatever you would like. It is up to you. They would never have me icing cakes at Publix, though, I can tell you that. This is not a perfect system. But they'll taste good regardless, so it doesn't matter. So I'm out of chocolate. It's all on there. You can shake these down again if you want. I thought the circles would look pretty. They really don't, so I guess those are staying home. But this is pretty much it. However you want to make them look pretty, but you put them in the fridge for at least 4 hours, and then you are good to go. And wherever you are taking these, you are the newest, next most popular person because they are amazing. I'm pretty sure I've been invited to things only for my desserts. Between this and the Oreo dessert that I make, yeah, pretty sure that's the only reason for my invite sometimes. But there you go, peanut butter pies, individual size servings. Don't ask me for the calorie count, even if I knew you wouldn't want to.